Hey everyone, this is LaToya back again with another video. It's been a while since I've done like a video, specifically for YouTube. I've been doing my updates for the 21-day liquid fast on Facebook mostly. So I did upload a couple of those videos that I did on Facebook onto YouTube, but I wanted to make one for here, because I don't feel like I don't like my videos that I've uploaded directly to Facebook to Facebook. I don't want them to be too long. If I go into detail, I prefer just to do it on here. It's just easier for me that way. So I did do a little quick update on Facebook, and I said that I was on day 19 of my liquid fast. I've added 2 more days. I am on day 17, man. It's funny. It's clearly I'm ready for this fast to be over with because I am thinking about I'm adding 2 more days. But overall, it's been okay. I have my moments and my times where I'm just like, oh, I'm ready to chew on some tasty salad or some nice, you know, some tasty like oranges, or the tasty fruits and stuff, or just snack the little things that you can easily take for granted. Well, I can take for granted. I definitely am looking forward to eating it again and feasting really well. So yes. But last week was interesting. During a meditation, I felt myself going into another planet. The planet looked like Earth, and in the planet, it felt like there was no judgments. It felt like there was, I didn't feel any judgments. I felt nothing but love. Like the energy on that planet was so amazing. It was interesting. I started off on Earth, like in nature, outside, and then it was almost as if I was elevating up, and then I can see like the landscape as if I was on a plane, but I was literally like as if I was flying up away from Earth, and then I flew out into like outer space, and I could see the stars and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, I saw myself leaving planet Earth and going into another planet. And then that planet looked like Earth, but it wasn't Earth. I knew it wasn't Earth. And it felt very light. There was no judgments. I felt connected to all things, all people, but it looked like Earth. And I was just like, wow, I felt like a child again. Like, I felt like it was an amazing feeling. I felt at peace. I felt accepted. I felt connected to all things. All that heaviness feelings that I feel at times. It wasn't there, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, and I can have this here right now in this moment. It's all about my perception and my beliefs, and it just reminded me that in the true essence of who I am, that is the feelings that I am meant to have. Those are the feelings that we all are meant to have. It's just all about our beliefs and what we believe in, or my beliefs and what I believe in, as I should say. But that really stood out to me. I've been really reflecting on this past month, my relationships, how I show up in my relationships, and what I am going to do in the future. And one of the things that I really am focusing on now is speaking. Speaking out, talking, vocalizing what I feel. That's something that I'm definitely working on, because it's like I do have my I do have a voice, and it's about talking and showing what I have to offer and what I have to share and things like that, because there's a lot. And it was interesting. I remember my sister, it was me, my sister, my husband, we were having a talk maybe like a month and a half ago. And I forgot what we were talking about, but it stood out to me that, my sister said something that really stood out to me, and I was just like, it's very interesting. She was like, whenever I I do have a lot to say about things, and I do have, a voice and things like that, and I can definitely articulate it. It's more so, and one things that stood out is that she mentioned that, some people may not think she does, but she definitely does. And that stood out to me because I can identify with that experience of people, and it doesn't really matter, but I'm just trying to get to a point, that because I have hidden, in a lot of ways I didn't realize I was hiding, but now I can say that I was hiding. I didn't really say things, but I've definitely had so much to say, and I have so much to offer. So, one of the things that I've learned is that when I do not voice my feelings or express myself or whatever, some people may take that as if you don't have anything to say, as if you don't have any voice or any whatever. And that's not true. However, one of the things that I'm learning is that I have to be very mindful of when I retreat, be mindful of when I hesitate on speaking, when I definitely have it to say. Like, it's definitely at the tip of my tongue, but I may not say anything. That's what I'm working on, is not worrying about what people may say. And it may not even be anything out of order, out of line. Just stating what I truly feel, and stating it with love, stating it with being assertive, stating it with courage and confidence. That's what I am definitely working on. And I think that I know that I have been working on that, and I know the areas where I am where I need to work on. Not need, but where I desire to work on. But I was reading a book by Iyanla Vanzant, and it talked about guilt. And one of the things that stood out to me was how there's been times where I replayed things in my mind about what I could have or should have done or what I didn't do. And I'm like, there's been times where I did not admit those things that I felt guilty about, because really the guilt's coming from myself. And one of the things that stood out to me is when she wrote about confessing. And confessing whatever you feel, just confess it. Confess it and forgive and take action, pretty much. And that is so simple, but it can feel so complicated. So that's one of the things that I've been working on, is when I feel something that's uncomfortable, I sit in that feeling now. I'm more inclined to sit in it now than I was before. I would try to not even feel that thing. But even though I definitely know that it was there, and even though I am a filler, and because I am a filler, we're all fillers. But I feel like we all have it. It's just there's levels to, to what you are willing to feel, much you're willing to feel. And because I feel so much, it's strange to say, and this is part of me being an INFJ. I don't want to get too off topic, but INFJs, that's a personality type. That's with the intuition, the introvert, intuition, judgment, and feeling. And with INFJs, we have the ability to feel other people's stuff, You know what I'm saying? And sometimes there's been, like, that's the thing, we can feel other people's stuff. But then again, when it comes to our own, sometimes it's hard to really express it, you know, or determine if that really is my feeling or is that in my head, you know. So it's very interesting. But anyway, but with that being said, it's like I'm more comfortable with feeling those feelings of discomfort. I will always try to focus on the positive and not the uncomfortable feelings. But now I'm at the point where I am willing and ready to sit in those feelings, even if it feels so uncomfortable. Sit in it. And a lot of times, what I realize is that when I sit in it and when I write about it and when I do some forgiveness work on it, a lot of times, and sometimes when I may get distracted and have to do something real quick and then come back to it, I realize that I'm not even feeling that no more. I don't even remember what I was upset about or what I was bothered about. Sometimes I don't remember. And that's how I know that it's imperative to sit in those things, because a lot of times those feelings, all the time, really, those feelings pass. It may take some time for certain things to pass, like grief and things like that, and getting over heartbreak or whatever like that. But it's those feelings pass, though. That's the point I'm trying to make. So it's okay to face them, and that's what I'm learning. It's real deep when I think about it. It's real deep. I feel like I'm all over the place because, you know, I've been every day, every moment, every day. I am always picking up on new things about myself and about situations. I've been really thinking about my new journey that I'm embarking on and the things that I'm ready to do next year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And I'm just excited and I'm thankful for those things. So that's all that I have for now, because I can sit here and just ramble, and I don't want to do that. But I just wanted to check in and, you know, do a video, and I definitely look forward to sharing with you guys about uh, the aftermath and how much I've learned this year. My husband and I plan on doing something in regards to that, sharing that aspect of what I've learned this year, how far I've come, and, you know, what I've learned about myself during this fast and things like that. And one of the things that I am learning is that it's all about perspective, man, and to respect other people's experience and perspective. That I can change my life by just how I view things. That I can change my life just by choosing to view it in this aspect. I can change my life by just releasing attachments, releasing the expectation of a certain result to happen, just accepting things as they come. And this is a beautiful thing. Also, another thing that I'm learning is the importance of, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstance is, no matter how challenging it is, to respond to events in love. That is the key. Responding to events in love. You know, that's something that I'm learning. No matter what, to always take the high road. Always. You know, there's so much power in being able to apologize, or to say it's okay, or it's all right, or to just give a quick hug or a kiss, you know, to kind of, you know, to your loved one, your husband, your wife, whatever, like that, whatever, to soothe things, even when someone's yelling and screaming at you, even when someone's saying something that's unloving, and just being able to just let them have their moment, and being able to sit there and really get what they're really upset about and what's really bothering them, and understanding that really a lot of times it doesn't have anything to really do with me. It's really something going on with them. But in that there's something for me to learn. In that there's something that they are reflecting in me. So being able to truly see myself in the other person, or being able to just see the love in them, it takes a lot of self-mastery, mastering myself, looking at all parts of me, it's some realness to that, and that's something that it can be scary. It can be upsetting. It can be frustrating, but it can also be a blessing. It can also be beautiful and magnificent, So that's something that I'm learning too, in this book that I read by Russell Simmons. It talks about that. Talks about just acceptance of things, and that he talks about, like, because he grew up in the hood, and he was like, in the hood they talk about, I don't want to say hood, well, that's what he said, so I'm gonna say it. Well, he talks about how, when somebody disrespect you, you're supposed to check them. Like, pretty much, I'm just paraphrasing. You're supposed to check them. Like, yo, like, you're not supposed to just let somebody just talk to you all crazy or do whatever crazy. You stand up to them. And it's weak to do things that express love. That, it's weak to do that. And I think about the times where I have been upset about something, and the times where somebody may have done something out of pocket, out of line. You know what I'm saying? But even in those moments, I know now that it's better to just not respond in that way, because what is needed in that situation, whatever situations that happen like that, is love. And even though it is so challenging at times to be able to express that in those moments, that's where compassion come in. And that's been a big lesson for me this year, is to be able to breathe and be able to really get to the root cause of why things are happening the way they are happening in my life, and why this person or these persons have come into my life, and why this has happened. It's to show me something about myself, and it's to build up my self-mastery. So that's something that I am working on, is always taking the higher road, because I am a queen, I'm a queen, and I'm not going to allow nothing to get me off of my throne. I'm not going to allow nothing to keep me off my throne. We are all better than that. We are all better than that. So that's why prayer to me is so important, and meditation. Now that I have more tools and more things to support me in this process, I now know that, and some people may think it's cliche to say this, but I pray about that stuff, man. I pray about it, because I know that through that, everything is getting resolved already. Everything's getting resolved. But that's all that I have for now. That's the second time I said that. But after the fast, it's my intention for next year to make more food videos. It's my intention to, to really show who I am, truly who I am, And I give thanks for this opportunity. Thank you so much for the people who, who get something out of this, and who, can connect with me on this level. Thank you for anybody that is watching this this far. Thank you for any new people who are subscribed and are enjoying the the videos. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. So that's all for now. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Talk to you guys later. Bye.